So point number one on gratitude is celebrate it. Celebrate it. Okay? Don't just say, well, I give thanks for it. Celebrate it. Be excited about it. Jump up and down about it. Feel good about it. Know that it is. Step number two is you do it before, not after. Not after. A grateful heart is a great heart that attracts to itself eventually great things. This is the reason that the law of attraction works. This is the reason, because gratitude opens us up to receive that which we are praying about. But we must do our part. We must participate. We must act. We must bring ourselves to a point of believing in our heart that it is done, and then celebrating it and enjoying it and being grateful in it even before we see it. There's another point in the New Testament where Jesus and the disciples were walking by the wheat field, and it was winter time, and they didn't see anything, and he told them, no, the field is full. The field is full. Because he knew the seeds had been planted. He knew that it was inevitable. He could see the end result as an already accomplished fact. He knew. He knew. Thomas Troward says, once you see the end clearly, as an already accomplished fact, you have created the ways and the means by which the end must make its appearance. It is a causative energy. So, what do you want to have happen in your life? Pick one thing, just one today. I'm going to show you what to do with it, and I'll give you some examples. Do you want a greater experience of health in your life? Can you celebrate the health that already is? How grateful are we for the health that we already have? How grateful are we for these magnificent bodies that we have been given? How grateful are we? How much can we celebrate the intelligence that took two tiny little cells, brought them together, and knew exactly what to do to multiply to 2 more, to 4, to 8, to 16, to 32, and on and on and on. And some became eyes and some became bones. Same cells. Some became hearts, some you can see through. How grateful can we be to know that there's an intelligence at work in these bodies right here and right now? And that the love that has created us has not left us alone. Do we take time to celebrate ourselves? I don't think we do. Not nearly enough. Can we look in the mirror and love ourselves? Can we truly look in the mirror and love ourselves? And what I tell everybody is, can you love yourself the way that God loves you? Can you learn to love yourself the way that God loves you? Can you see yourself the way that God sees you? Can you look in that mirror and see, looking back at you, the love of God? Can we celebrate the health that we have? Can we celebrate the health that exists? Can we celebrate the wonderful institutions for healing? As much as medicine gets criticized, look at all the good it does as well. Can we celebrate? I tell people when folks are in the hospital, when they're going to the hospital for a procedure or anything, let's celebrate every hand that touches you as a loving hand of God. Let's know that the wisdom that guides the doctors, the surgeons, all of the healthcare workers is the wisdom that created this body. You see? Can we celebrate that? Can we feel good about that? Can we celebrate prosperity, abundance? Can we celebrate the nature that provides for itself enough and plenty in everything that it does? You know? How much grass is there in the world? Huh? Enough and plenty. You know how much grass there is in the world? Enough to support virtually 90% or more of the life on earth. Because grass is taking the form of grass, which feeds the cows and the other animals. It takes the form of rice. It takes the form of corn. And it takes the form of wheat. They are all variations of the one single plant that we know as grass. It has provided enough and plenty in abundance to take care of all of life as we currently know it. One simple little thing. But the intelligence and the love of the universe knew what to do. Can we celebrate that whatever it is that you choose to do, there is enough and plenty to do it? enough and plenty in this universe. And it knows how to get to you. It knows how to get through you. It knows what to do in order to allow this desire of whatever it is that you choose to express through you. God would not create you and allow you to awaken to a desire to be of service in some way and then withhold the ways and means. That would be mocking itself. And it could not do that. Do we want relationships? Loving, fulfilling, satisfying relationships with friends, with family, with significant others, with everyone we meet. Is that what we want? Well, can we celebrate the fact that they already exist? They already exist. Somewhere in this world they already exist. Somewhere within us they already exist. Somewhere we are connected at the soul level, you see? It is when we think we're different that we have trouble getting along. I said it's in our vulnerabilities that we open ourselves up to connect. It's when we pretend, oh, I am perfect. I've never had that problem that you have, whatever that problem is. We distance ourselves when we become human and say, you know what? Yeah, been there, done that. Absolutely. Yes. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I get sad. Sometimes I get afraid. Yes, let's talk about that. But then let's talk about what we know about God. You see? It's in our humanness that we connect, in our vulnerability that we connect. But then when we connect, we realize that perfect relationships always exist. See, the opportunity to love anyone always exists. The opportunity to love everyone always exists. The opportunity to connect with that unity always exists. We all have that opportunity to awaken to that perfect relationship no matter what's been going on in the past. No matter where we've been, no matter what we've done, no matter who we've been with, we all have that opportunity to suddenly realize God is all there is. God is all there is. And we can love one another. Perfect relationships already exist. Can we celebrate them? Can we celebrate them wherever it's in? And think of the joy in the relationships that you see and you can imagine. And once you can see it as an already accomplished fact in your mind, in your life, you have created the ways and means to the end. Celebrate it. Perfect relationships, perfect, kind, loving relationships exist. I think part of our issue in our society with relationships is we think, therefore, that means they're always easy. See? And easy is not always what you need. Easy is not always what you need for your growth. It's kind of like working out at the gym. Sometimes you have to have a little weight, a little resistance to force you out of your comfort zone. But perfect relationships exist. And what about fulfilling activities? What about work? What about playing? What about hobbies? What about charity? What about donating your time to serve the causes that you believe in? You see, we all want fulfillment. We all want to be fulfilled. And we think somehow if we can only be someplace else at a different time, fulfillment would be there. And of course it's not, because fulfillment doesn't come from without to within. That's, as Michael Beckwith says, that's fulfillment. Fulfillment comes from within to without. So can we celebrate the fact that we can be active, that no matter where we are, we have something to give. We have a smile to give. We have encouragement to give. These days with the internet, you can send an encouraging email. We always have something to give. We always have some way to serve. We always have something to celebrate. And when we start to celebrate it, it is the causative energy that creates more and more and more opportunities for us to do so. Let your awareness of gratitude increase. Let your enthusiasm behind your gratitude increase. Let your excitement for life increase. Can you be grateful for you? Can you be grateful for you? For the gift that you are to this world, for the gifts that you have given, for the gifts that you still have to give, for all that you bring. Can you be grateful? See? Can you celebrate yourself? Because, by God, we want to have more of you. We want to see you grow. We want to see your love expand. Gratitude is a cause of energy. that which you celebrate grows. There's an old saying, that which you bless multiplies, that which you curse diminishes. Gratitude is a causative energy. The love of God has created each and every one of us out of itself. Why did it do that? Not out of boredom. It created us out of itself to discover life in some unique and wonderful way as us, to experience it as we experience it, to grow into it with curiosity as we grow into it, to be excited about life through us and as us. Do you think that God is grateful for you? I'll give you a hint. Book of Genesis says that God looked upon its creation and declared everything is good. Everything is good. It celebrates you. It celebrates life as you. And what I'm here to say today is God knew that before you were ever born. God's gratitude, its knowledge of the goodness, was a causative energy. Is the causative energy that brought us here. So let's learn to celebrate. Let's learn to get it started. What do you want to have happen in your life? Let's get it started. Let's find out what that is. Let's bless it wherever you see it, in whomever you see it, wherever you see it, whenever you see it. Bless it. Acknowledge it. Yes, the good exists. Yes. And I have it within me as well, because we are all one. If you find somebody who you just want to thank, I don't care if it's somebody on TV. One time I was reading a book, and I just said, oh my God, you know how grateful I am this person wrote this book? Yeah. So I got a little card, and I got the address of the publisher of the book, and I wrote them a note. I said, thank you very much for taking the time to write this book. I got a response back 2 weeks later. I said, thank you for taking the time to write the card. I said, wow. Wow. So whoever touches your life, I don't know, somebody on TV, send them a card. You're doing the news, send them a card. Send them a card. Say thank you. Thank you for being who you are, for doing what you do. I celebrate you. I am so happy that you are here. Look in the mirror in the morning and do the same for yourself. And know that what you bless before it even makes its appearance in your life is bound to come. And give thanks not because it is coming, but because it has arrived. It's already here. And it's just waiting for you to make the magnificent discovery. But know this as you're doing this. God has already made the magnificent discovery of who and what you are before you were born. Loves you just the way you are, more than you will ever know. Celebrates you each and every day. Has given you the gift of life and of love and of beauty. And brought you together to share that with each other. And that is something worth celebrating. And so it is. Let's move this from our heads to our hearts. Let's just know that there's only one life, and it is God. By whatever name we choose to call it, it is God. It has created each and every one and each and everything out of itself, and it loves each and every one and each and everything as it loves itself. The Bible tells us the trees will bow down and the mountaintops will shout in glory, because divine love celebrates its creation as you, as me. We release and we let go of any and every old idea that tells us that we shouldn't be too happy, because the truth is we should be just as happy as we can and know that there's more to come. We recognize that that which we celebrate increases in our life. So we choose deliberately to celebrate that which we wish to have more of. More health, more prosperity, more love, more opportunities to love and to serve. We know that for this purpose we have come. We know that the Divine Mind has given us the intelligence to awaken and to understand how to cooperate. So we recognize it's done. It's already done. It was done before we awakened to the idea to say yes. So knowing it is done, we celebrate it. How wonderful is this? That the love of God is expressing itself perfectly through us and as us and loving us and supporting us in each and every way. We bless that. We view every day as a unique opportunity to catch God's love in action and to write it down. We're so happy just to know this, just to be here, just to know that there's a power that already has taken this word as its direction and has produced the perfect answered prayer demonstration in each and every one of our lives. We are so certain it is done. We release this treatment together, saying together, and so it is.